Kwani unaoa familia yako?
Did you do a background check on Shifra's family?
Not necessarily.
Would you still marry me if you found out my mother was
Yes.
a witch?
Si tunakulanga watu.
Hapo hiyo chemistry imeenda sana.
On the first date.
Babangu ni mchawi.
Kwetu
Amjaona
actually.
majamaa wanaoa wakiwa kwao.
Kwetu actually.
Hiyo si kulive. Hiyo ni kukling.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tender Beginnings. It's another bright, beautiful year and we are grateful that you're back on the screens with us. We said this time we are here to show up every day. And I'm here in studio with the beautiful lady on the other hand and her beloved sweetheart. And of course, the man of my dreams.
The man with the chicken.
We are here with a question. Would you consider doing a background check in search of your spouse, like their family background check?
Okay.
Is it okay? Is it right to do that? Like I mean, you have seen me, you have liked me, but you go like, can I, your background, can I check it? Is there any?
Kwani unaoa familia yako?
Nataka kujua. You know, you never know. You can be surprised. So, what is your take? What do you think?
Background check, it's important.
Why? Why is it important?
Sinione venye kama mama yako anapiganga baba yako.
Sio ni mahali anampiga.
You will get a thing or two from that.
Yeah.
So madhe akipiga baba kwa nyumba, unajua huyu mke anaweza nipiga.
Possibilities anaweza ninyonga hata.
But there are also possibilities. This person has learned from a very hard background to be different.
Want to break away from
The chain.
upigaji.
But unaenda tu kwa 50-50. Anaweza nigonga ama nisinigonge. So it's good to do your background.
So information.
It's important.
Wouldn't that make it a biased relationship?
Naona tunafanya my hypothesis sana. Did you do a background check on Shifra's family?
Not necessarily. But considering that I was in the same environment with two of her brothers,
Okay.
probably I did not need to do a background check. I didn't intentionally do a background check.
You did it inside.
No, I did not.
Indirectly, you did it indirectly.
The background came to me. The background came to me.
It showed up. It phased forward.
But hii story ya background check, is it really important?
Would you still marry me if you found out my mother was
Yes.
a witch?
Before marrying you.
Eh.
I've come to know before marrying you.
Yeah, but you love her.
But I mean, we love each other.
Yeah, the chemistry.
But I mean, my background, tunakula watu.
Si tunakulanga watu.
Hapo hiyo chemistry imeenda sana.
But you said zikuwa nakula watu. Why you judging her kama watu wanakula watu?
Does that be judgment?
Ama kwa mimi sikulangi watu.
Ni kwetu, as in kwetu wanakula.
Watu mamangu anakula, babangu anakula, but mimi sikuli.
Marrying such a person, every time you see water being boiled, you're not sure. Kama ugali inataka kupikwa.
That's the same thing.
Unaweza kwenda kuku bwana.
That's
the same thing.
Extravagant.
That's the same thing.
Kwetu watu huwa as in tuko na culture. Yeah. Unaona venye watu tunaenda kulala. Watu wengine wakienda kulala, sisi tunaenda tunafagia compound, tunatoa vitu kwa shamba.
You are extremely keen and
As
into
in,
detail
by the
usiku.
time in the morning, like by
Watu
the time
wewe unalala sasa.
hakuna kazi ya kufanya.
I'll marry you quickly.
You'll get rich quicker.
Hakuna kazi.
Unaamka hakuna kazi.
Sio ni uchawi bado.
But ukimkishaanza kuleta sasa vitu kama hizo,
Answer it carefully, baba. You're going back to the same house.
anza kuleta vitu kama hizo. I think knowing a little bit si mbaya. You would want to know penye dem anatoka, how are the people, because these are going to be your people.
Yeah.
These are people you're going to be dealing with directly. Even if there are few times, you'll be dealing with them directly. Those times when you'll be visiting their family, probably you're going to spend there a night, my friend.
Utakula watu hata wewe.
Kama watu wanaenda so I think it's important to know a little bit about it.
Background check.
You may find also the beliefs they have in their family, whether they are religious beliefs or social beliefs, could be completely very different with what you have known and what you stand for. And they would help you make an informed decision. Kama, hey, niko ready kuingia hapa, ama this hole is too deep for me. Yeah. Did you do a background check?
Kama kawaida.
Yeah.
I had to. And I think we share more or less the same kind of circumstance.
But just hold on. I think this is the reason why people who do criminology take so long to marry. But anyway, like our camera guy.
Oh, I know. Mambo na background black coats.
Wako na clues.
Akiona potential in-laws anaona suspects.
Yeah, myself, you know, at the formative point wakati biashara ilikuwa imeanza, I used to frequent their church. Yeah. So, of course, by virtue of being in their church, you meet the parents, you meet the brothers, siblings, and yeah, some aspects of her life I could see, and I could also see some important indicators for the brothers, not the parents, especially the way the parents were relating. There were very important indicators for me. Because, of course, I also come from a background where family inapatiwa kipaumbele. Yeah, you'd want also to build on that background and probably raise kids who are a functional family, in short. And you can visit they can visit the grandpa, the grandma from both sides. Kuna kuogopa kama kuna mambo yote chini. Yeah, so I think that's one of the most important things, even before you consider kama your chemistry is chemistry.
So you have gone for the first visit in their home. You are being expected. They had never seen you. Mmeingia, then mnakaribishwa, mmeleta mizigo meweka chini. Alafu unasikia baba akiuliza, na ako wapi?
Na wapi nani?
Ako wapi your fiancé? Uko ndani ya nyumba umeshaleta mizigo.
Sijakupata.
So
yes, you've gone to visit their family.
I've gone peke yangu.
No. See, you are being expected.
They were expecting
you. So mmeenda hata mizigo sasa mmeleta mmeingisha. Karibishwa ni nini? Mwambie thank you. Alafu anaulizwa na ako wapi?
Na niko hapo.
Ndio huyo.
Hiyo ni madharau.
Ama wako anajua.
Inaweza kuwa hawajui ama
expectation.
You see, background check ni kama it's not normally just for the couples only.
Even
also for
there are families which have strong stand. your potential husband must be doing something like this.
Must look like this.
Must look like this.
Okay.
Must look the part.
Okay.
Must be somebody mwenye hataleta aibu kwa hii familia.
Kwa kingdom.
Si mtu mwenye tukikuwa na agent tumwambia akate kachumbari.
True. Oshe matumbo.
Kata kuni.
Did you do a background check? Or how's your feeling about this topic
of doing a background
check? Yeah. Is it something
that should be a must? Should couples be obliged to do it?
And is it a break or make a point when it comes to relationships?
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think for me, I knew the family from afar. Ile unasikianga mtoto wa pastor. So there is that expectation from mtoto wa pastor. So utakuwa more concerned on checking the background.
This is the advantage of being a
Plus the dad, his dad and my dad were very close, so he could come visit most of the time. So
it was easy to see.
In 3D. So for me it wasn't that hard that sasa nenda sasa kiti naangalia. I had met, not met, but the dad, at least with them. So I knew hapa niko safe. Plus the way I saw my dad and the dad wameingiana, I'm comfortable.
What if hawangekuwa naingiana? As in they have no chemistry.
There's no chemistry.
For me was my parents and the other parents wakuwa ma BFF. It was for me.
Bila hiyo noma sana.
Okay, naona nita struggle sana kukuingiza na mimi siwa hizo. So
it would be a break for you.
So at least they were okay. Good.
Okay. That's nice.
Considering that all of us are agreeing that we need to do a background check. Wouldn't it be very harsh on people whose backgrounds are not pleasant? For example, I would say this is not an attack to anyone, but you'd find that children raised by single parents usually are sidelined when it comes to marriage because the other person is like, they didn't have a father figure, they didn't have a mother figure, they'll not be able to fit in and make a good home. Do you think that they are judged harshly? I mean, their background is not what they made. We don't choose our backgrounds per se. Wouldn't it be so harsh for them?
I think it's a little harsh because there are stereotypes which have made life quite hard for some individuals, either because of their family background or even their ethnicity. Like me, from when I was a child, ni kama ilikuwa inapampiwa kwa kichwa. If you want marry hata kutoka Turkana, let hata Sudan. But some people from a particular tribe, my mom is Luo, so you can tell. Do not. Hapana jaribu. Nikaona acha mimi niende Uganda.
Huko hakuna.
But
at least
I remember there's a time my maternal grandma came to visit and then she asked me, "Ulisema ni Muganda Hebu confirm kama natoka ile klabu ya Wagisu. Kuna watu nimesikia wanakula watu huko."
So kabisa kwa confirm misi Mgisu. Wanaonea. Issues don't eat, not all eat.
But they do some.
There are some tribes that actually do eat.
They snack.
Acha nikule macho leo.
But I think generally, Pia, just to add, we are socialized from traditional backgrounds too. Right from our Toto Hadi, where we are right now. We are socialized that a complete family has a father, a mother,
and then the children.
Yes, a lot of extended families. So when this image is distorted, people are, we don't know how, most people are not socialized how to live in such kind of a setting. So mtu anaona tu, hiyo ni deviation from what the ideal. So if you can avoid. But I'm just trying to think, this thing can happen to anyone.
How would it make the other person feel that I was in a relationship, but because somehow along the way my father and my mother
parted ways,
or maybe I mean, for one reason I'm just now with my mother. I just have to suffer the consequence of I will not get married to this person because my background is not the right one for him to get married to me.
Okay, it does not necessarily mean you'll not get married. But every potential suitor has to thoroughly scrutinize so that our history makes us somehow. And as a potential suitor, I don't want to get into a marriage where it's likely to break at some point. So I may find you to be a nice person, but having that in mind that you're coming from a family that looks like this, in just being human, I would want to know you a little bit more before I make lifetime commitments. Yeah, because I've had friends who come from such backgrounds, and most especially girls. Men sometimes may tend to turn out differently. Girls, when they talk, you'll hear stories like, na ukiolewa, make sure uko na separate secret bank account. Na umejenga pahali, just in case.
Okay.
Somehow they are affected by,
The circumstance.
and sometimes it's not their fault. That's the life they've
been brought up.
Yeah. They have lived with the victim mentality throughout because they have seen their mother struggle, and all they know is to guard
what they have
and protect because they don't want to end up like how the mom ended up. So in return they create a very hard cocoon yenye wewe ndo utoboe ingia hapo ndani. Noma sana. So it's important
to do a background check.
Kabisa.
I think we've come to the close of this episode of how, maybe before we actually close it, how best do you think we should be able to take care of people who are in this? If you're, for example, advising a person that is in a relationship with a person whose background is not pleasant, what would you tell them?
And they want to go ahead with marrying
Yes.
They love each other?
Yes.
Love conquers all.
But do you know what? In the few years that I've been in marriage, relationship with your in-laws, relationship with your spouse, actually, you will get some small tabias that either your wife or your husband has, either from the dad or from the mom. Kuna vitu tu they will come, them not knowing. Nakuja cause
it's inherited almost like.
Yeah, because I think labda they have seen this is the norm. Like there's some things you do, being when you're growing up, you saw your mom doing it, or you saw your dad doing it. So it's like part of you. You see. Same case to this lady or this gentleman that you want to get married to. Kuna a certain behavior he or she will have. Iko tu inbuilt. So if most likely those people are always bitter. Mostly the women, they're bitter with the way they were left with the man, or the man was left with the wife. So I think they tend to install your bitterness pia kwa the kids. So unasikianga babako alikuwanga mjinga, babako alikuwa ananipiga. But I usually say we should get the two-sided
Two sides of the
stories, because you might instill a negative thing towards men. Even when the lady gets into the marriage, atakuwa na a certain mentality about a man. So if someone is getting married to that person, ni nasamanga komsi komsa 50-50.
Yeah, just to add on to what you said here, there are a lot of discoveries which are made in marriage. Na pia kuna zile made before marriage. And I think the discoveries before marriage are more important than during marriage. Because of course you're trying to create now your blueprint as a family. Of course, when those who are Christians, Biblia inasema nini? A man shall
Live and clean.
leave the father and mother and
Cleave.
but msichana sisiki kama wanaambiwa nacho kama
I think
because it's not implied.
A man is his man.
Yeah.
Man,
man,
yes.
it is
General.
for both
Okay.
sexes. You don't live. You can't get married in your mother's home.
Yeah.
That's why we
I have to leave.
Yeah.
Amjaona madam wenye wanaoa wakiwa kwao.
Kwetu actually.
Hiyo si ku live. Hiyo ni ku clean.
Kwetu actually, when you are getting married, they actually lock up your room.
Yes.
That night of your giveaway, your room is locked.
Unapewa mattress
So
mpya.
you're given everything to go and start.
Yes.
Hapa unarudi kama mgeni. Jua. Enda ukijua hivyo.
Hiyo ndio part nilipenda sana. Nilifurahia sana.
So just before you point paper, I think love should be the last thing kwa hii conversation. Because ukiona mmefika tayari, of course, there's chemistry, you are fond of each other, blah blah. It seems mmeamua mnaenda mahali. But kuna factors you can't wish away. Yeah. Vile umesema tu, unaweza fika huko ukute siku moja wewe ndio sapa. Unaenda tu innocently. Ama ukute there are some unfavorable characteristics which now, especially since you want to start a family, kuna high likelihood your children may pick up. Because of course they'll be visiting. Ama siku moja the uncle anasema acha nipitie, ukute anakuja naacha miti fulani kwa nyumba. Ama anatemeanga na paka labda na dogi fulani. I'm just trying to imagine wild things.
Masiki wawa.
Anasema hii utakuwa unaipea chakula mchana na usiku.
Certain times. 12 and 12.
Isiingie kwa nyumba kama ina face mbele.
Ndio hiyo.
So maybe the last one on this. Would you be okay to flash your would you advise a person to just put it open? Flash the background to you on the first date.
Babangu ni mchawi.
But wait.
Tunakimbianga.
Nimesomeshwa na pesa ya wizi.
I ran. But I think hey,
when would it be the right time to do that background check? When you've already progressed?
Hey, day one.
No.
Nisiumie roho.
Or when you meet the very first
day
time?
one ndo nisiumie roho sana.
Kuna mtu anangoja una sign hivi alafu wakati mnaingia kwa gari hivi.
Kwa bebe unajua.
Mkienda photoshoot.
There's a movie we saw where the lady got married into a family. This boy was very different. And then they have a tradition on the wedding night. The bride that has come to the home, they have to sleep at the home before they go for honeymoon. So this lady comes and they say in their tradition, there's a game they're supposed to play.
I have seen it, yeah.
And that game, the game is, they give you, there's a box and you're supposed to, press it and form poker cards. And whatever is on that card is what you will do.
Whatever you pick is the game that you do.
Yeah, so whatever, you're printing and then whatever is printed out is what they'll do. And they did, she picked hide and seek, only to realize it's not this normal hide and seek. It is actually
so anashangaa kila mtu sura imegeuka.
everybody is frozen. And the guy had told him it is just traditional.
No more.
And according to the cultural norms, he was not supposed to say anything to the wife about that game.
Okay.
Long story short is they were getting weapons, one an axe, the other one a pistol, the other one.
They have to make sure before the
kill.
sun comes up,
They killed the guy.
they have
the bride.
eliminated the bride. Otherwise, watakufa because they made a pact ndo wakuwe na mali hivi. So you have married into such a family.
Yeah, for
Unaenda kuuliwa.
But me, what I would
Sounds
say,
like a movie. Of course, it's a movie.
But yani, that's for example.
Yeah.
There's some
what I
people
would say,
do such.
background check very important. But that does not mean everybody who doesn't come from a very clean background may end up being the same.
Yeah.
True.
If you found a person you love, you've known the background and you think based on what you've seen, of course there are signs. And if you decide to ignore the signs, you will now meet the miracles and wonders. Uko mbele. Unapata sasa mmeoana, ikifika sijui anaenda salon, unaona anafungia mboch kwa room yake.
Yes.
Because uko home.
True.
So if you found a person you love and you feel this is the right person, you've seen the downsides and you're willing to live with them. I mean,
Plus, I think having a conversation with your spouse, a sober conversation, like when I don't have money, how will you react? Or I find you cheating. What's the, having that sober.
Hapo tunadiscuss.
I think we are on the same thing. Hapo kudiscuss tu ni mambo ya
Ina state
hakuna maneno ya kuroga.
Na shetani
Shetani hiyo ndo kazi yake. Wewe unaingilia kazi yake kwa nini? Sio leo bwana.
Kazi ya shetani.
Wewe unaingia kwa nini?
Na ukiingia hapo wewe ni mtoto wa shetani.
Wewe
hakuna uwezo kivyake unaenda kumsaidia kufanya ati shetani.
Guys, it has been nice. It has been nice here, guys. Stick it to Tender Beginnings. Still another episode. We say
Bye.